All right, welcome back, Star Wars Racing Incorporated. We're live from headquarters, SWR 77 headquarters, and we are gonna try to do a super short video. But this is our recap. It's been 3 weeks since the runoffs, and we haven't done a recap. I forgot, to tell you the truth. You come back from the runoffs, and it's almost like you need to detox because first of all, I have to get back to work, and then you have to just get your bearings back and get your legs back. So we've been at it. Actually, if you right behind me, you can see we are on to our second Miata, the Order 66 Darth Maul Miata. It's already prepped and ready to go for a track day next week, and then Turkey Trot racing the following, and then also SCCA racing at Homestead, and then the Turkey Trot at Sebring at the end of the month in November. So that car has been serviced and gone. This one is almost done. Got the engine right there ready to go back in. It's been cleaned up, new seals on all the front, on the whole the oil pan and front seal, rear seal, main rear seal, everything. It's been a lot of new seals everywhere. It was leaking out of the back. Those things were hard as heck, so the seal in the back was super hard, so obviously that was leaking towards back there. So we got it all out, cleaned it up, double check, and we're ready to put it back in. That's what we're getting this baby ready to go. Get the engine back in. Everything's clean, spotless, degreased to the T. Also in here, we went ahead and basically rid the whole thing. I pushed the car out, pressure clean it all over here, so it's looking good. There's some rewiring here, just secure the wiring a little bit better, put some new heat shrink and different things like that. Some heat shrink right there on the ground wire as well. So we're looking good. This is all pristine now. So we're ready to put it back in, and then this car will be ready for all the same events. So we've been busy. I also worked on Lorex 7 a little bit. It's also ready to go. Just need to bleed the brakes in case we want to use it. I don't know that we will use it all the way until the majors at Homestead in January, and then the majors at Sebring the following weekend in January 2026. Yeah, I don't know that we'll do anything with that car until then. So we'll focus on the Miatas. We also got our Enduro Miata coming up. That's going to be a big reveal for that. I haven't started working on it yet, but hopefully after we're done with this, then we'll start working on the upcoming, our third Miata for SWR 77. But anyways, enough of that. Back to the runoffs. So yeah, we've been busy, but yeah, you do need some time to decompress and stuff, right? So okay, so the runoffs. I'll be brief as best as I can. So I'm happy, delighted, crazy happy with our weekend. It was a great week for us. The car was great. The preparation worked out perfectly in every aspect. So again, my pet peeve for people, and this is the final video for the Journey to the Runoffs, our series that we did on our YouTube channel. And so again, one of the key things of advice is always preparation. Preparation, obviously, of the car, of your parts, of your travel, of your trailer. Everything worked out beautiful. I cannot complain. The car was beautiful all week long, no issues. So mission accomplished, right? So that was one of the goals. Make sure we had no problems. And sometimes even if you prep, you're gonna have problems. Okay, I'm not saying you won't, but everything worked out pretty good. So preparation paid off. What else? Our week. So our week was wonderful. No issues with the car. Another piece of advice. So tip of the day. Have a plan. What is your plan? And what is it that you're trying to accomplish for the runoffs? Not everybody can win. It's only one winner, right? So you have to know kind of where you're at and find your groove, in my opinion. So our goals were simple: top 15, do every lap, don't do anything stupid. I ended up doing something stupid at the end of the race, but let's not talk about that. just to brain fart. But besides that, didn't do anything really stupid. But anyways, so our goals was that make sure we do a lot of laps, learn the track. Never been there, so being a rookie at the track, I needed to make sure I learned the track and as best as I could. We had a couple of sessions that I got called for sound, so we lost track time. Then, so then the quali. So the idea was to then do my best, as far as my personal best. I know I had, probably 5 more seconds to take down, but I couldn't do it because the first quali I only did 2 clean laps, and then I got called for sound. And I was just getting warm, baby. I was starting to feel better. We made some adjustments, which the car felt much better. Put new tires. So I was like, okay, all right, let's get going here. And then I had to come in. So, and then the next day, which is quali 2, then I had to, then basically we only had like 1 clean lap. And on that lap, I screwed up a little bit, so I had to abandon. So, in reality, almost didn't have a quali, so I lost some track time there, which I wasn't, which I needed. I needed every lap possible. So, but anyways, so, and then the race, was good, was cool. I think I had a little bit I went off track a little bit, and my oil cooler hit, and the hose got pinched a little bit. So I think after like lap 3 or 4, I think that started dripping a little oil. And so I think my tires were getting some oil in them, because I could feel the car it wasn't feeling the same. So I stopped pushing, or trying to push. I said, well, you know what, this is not going to go anywhere. It wasn't getting any better. So the car just kept being very loose. So I said, well, you know what, let's finish the race. I had pretty decent battle with Mark Webber for about 2-3 laps. That was fun. Be part to battle with Mark Webber for his 700th race start and his 71st Runoff start. So that was cool. But yeah, and then we finished and got our first finish yet, 13th. So we're happy with that. We finished 19th at Indy. Then we did 15th at VIR, DNF, and then 13th. So guess what's happening next year? Top 10. We're coming for the top 10. So that was one of our goals this year, was to, again, go in there, learn the track as best as we could from a driver perspective, also from a car perspective. So now we have some ideas. We have some things that we're going to do to the car, some improvements, so that next year we can be fighting for the top 10. So that's the goal, for next year. And we'll go from there. So good runoffs. I think a great week, great time. Great seeing race friends, and then I posted some pictures and stuff. I had a blast. Just a commentary. I would say that I'm in the camp that didn't have an issue with the long week. I don't have a huge issue with a short week either, except for this. This I do have a problem with, or an issue. I think that the 3 quali sessions, the 3rd quali session, I think that's not a nice to have. I think this year, I think from what I've seen and what we experienced on e-production, is that basically we were down to 1 quali session, because the 1 session was pretty much yellow the whole time, and I think that's the issue, right? So when we had the 3 sessions, you could have an issue in one of them and still recover and do one for sort of testing and setting a time, and then the other one you could push. My feeling is that the 3 quali is not a nice to have, to be honest, for the competitors. To be fair, I think in fairness to the competitors, there's a big sacrifice to get to the runoffs and to be there, and everything else. It's a huge sacrifice, and issues do happen. We know this is racing, and as prepared as you can be, there's always an issue. In the 3 qualies are just, I think, necessary. It's not that we like it or prefer it. Now I think it's a necessity for the drivers, because like I said, you know, you could have an issue in one, and then there could be, you know, a yellow show for the next one, and guess what? You don't have a time. So I think this past Runoffs, I think, and the other groups also had the same issue where they had one session that was basically lost due to different issues. I don't know what percentage of the sessions, but definitely there was a number of groups that lost the sessions, and that leaves you with just one, right? And yeah, I'm in the camp that I think it's more of a necessity. It's not so much like a nice to have. It's more like, yeah, we need it for the competitors. Again, it's a long journey. It's a big sacrifice. So I think that would be one that I definitely want to fit into the week. If we just do 1 week, then still we need to find a way to have the 3 qualies. That would be one. So that's my only call out. So besides that, yeah, we had a good time. Great to see, great friends. And we're looking forward to next year. Already starting to prep. Sort of. You know, already bought a couple things for the upgrades for the car. I haven't installed any of them, but you know, just working on things, right, and getting my mind going. So anyways, we wanted to keep it short. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, you know, how to get to the Runoffs, how you get there. But I tell you what, if I can make it, you can make it. Great racing, great week. The weather was great. Actually, slightly warm, and actually the track was a little slower than the previous year, I was told, and I could see obviously based on the times as well. But yeah, great week. Everything went without a hitch. I think, you know, as far as also the SCCA organization and everything that was done, I have no issues. Everything was as expected. The facilities, oh my God, Road America, incredible. I mean, just awesome track and facilities as well. So I think from the organization standpoint, home run, well done, very executed, well executed. I think there's some room for improvement. You know, obviously, I think there's some things going on, but you know, we can make it. You know, we can make it. Let's make some adjustments. Let's do some tweaks. I think, and I think we can rally back. Right? That's what I believe. But anyways, so yeah, that was the journey to the Runoffs. We're back home at headquarters. We're gonna finish Kylo Ren here. Got a mess in the shop, as you can see. So we're gonna finish Kylo Ren, put this engine back on, and then actually this weekend we may actually go. Tomorrow we may go to Sebring for the Central Florida region finale. And then we're back here for a test day, and then we have the SCCA Florida region weekend, the first SARC of 2026. And then we got a turkey trot, which is like a mini Runoffs. There's always like 300 plus cars over there, so we'll be going to that. We already got a couple customers for that with the Miatas, so we'll be doing that. I don't know if I'll be racing, but I'll be there for sure. But anyways, guys, thank you for joining the journey to the Runoffs. Don't let the distance scare you. Yes, it's a long way, but you can make it. Just take it in little pieces, 4 hours at a time. You know, it's 23 hours each way. But man, it was worth every minute, every mile. Definitely, that would be my advice. Road America is what people tell you it is. Absolutely. So, all right, that's it for now. What a mess. So anyways, we're gonna close this journey to the Runoffs, Star Wars racing style, and we hope to see you on the other side. Stay healthy, stay safe, keep working on those cars, and we're gonna say goodbye with SWR 77 style, Star Wars Racing Incorporated.